So 3 months ago, I was working at a coffee shop, maybe making $20,000 to $30,000 a year, and I knew a few things. One, that I couldn't do this for much longer. Second, that I also couldn't go back to college because I knew that the classroom wasn't for me. Now, knowing those two things, I wasn't left with a whole lot of options. I'd tried breaking into professional careers before. I tried applying for customer success roles at businesses before, and I hadn't had too much success. So I was left with that question of what to do and how to get there. And I was brainstorming this question with a friend, and they suggested Praxis. Now, at first, I had no idea what it was, so like every other individual, I took to the internet and I searched it up. And as soon as I saw the page, I was hooked. Now, when you look at their website, Praxis makes a lot of big promises. For one, they promise that the average income of a graduate from Praxis is $50,000, that they have a 90% graduation rate, and that they have hundreds of success stories. Now, at first, this seemed too good to be true to me, and I thought it might be a scam. So what I did was I reached out to some of the people who'd gone through the program to discuss what they thought of it. And that's where I really fell in love with it and knew it was for me, because they told me all of the good things about Praxis and all of the things that I'm going to share with you today. So, what is Praxis? Praxis is a personal and professional development bootcamp where you spend the first 6 months working with professionals, developing all the skills and knowledge that you would need to excel within a role at a startup. Whether that's customer success, operations, sales, or marketing, you're learning the ins and outs and the tech tools that these companies use to do that. You're also learning valuable skills like proper email etiquette, documentation, how to speak on certain subjects. And you're learning key mindset shifts, like the shift from the permission-based mindset to the value creation mindset. Now, let's take this scenario. Let's say you're working at a place, at a business, and you notice that your website's kind of crappy. So the permission-based mindset would dictate that you approach your boss about your website, and you go, "Hey, sir, I was looking at our website and I noticed that it was kind of crappy, so I was wondering if I could switch these things around, if I could do this, this, and this, and then run it by you, and if it's okay, we can stick with it." So that's the permission-based mindset, where you're asking permission to do anything. Now, the value creation mindset is when you take that permission-based mindset, flip it on its head, and get proactive. So instead of asking your boss, when you notice you have a crappy website, you take your own personal time, you take the time out of your day, and you build out a completely new website. You build out a beautiful masterpiece. And then you approach your boss with that website on a temporary URL, and you say, "Hey, sir, I noticed our website looked bad, so I went ahead and made this one instead. What do you think?" Now, just that shift in perspective is an extremely empowering mindset, because you shift from reactive to proactive. You shift from belittling and weak to empowering and strong, where your future of your life and your career is within your own hands, and you dictate your success. So after those first couple months, once you've mastered the value creation mindset and all the ins and outs of the roles at a startup, you take that value creation mindset and you apply it to the job search, meaning that you pitch and create value prompts for some of Praxis's hundreds of business partners. Now, some people might wonder, does Praxis choose where you go, or do you have a say in what you do? And the answer, like many things in Praxis, is of course. Everything is up to your choice and up to the effort that you put in. Now, of course, you have Praxis counselors and advisors there helping you along the way, but ultimately, your success is within your own hands, and how far and how well you do is totally up to you. Now, some people ask, why would a business partner take someone with no experience and no degree and allow them to work for them? Isn't that kind of risky? Doesn't it seem like that's a really one-way relationship? And the answer is this, that Praxis is very, very selective with who they choose to allow in the program and who they choose to be a participant. Because of this, the Praxis business partners know that when they get an individual from Praxis, that they're getting a high-quality worker and that they're getting someone from a program that has a track record of exceeding expectations and breaking records. And that's just the bootcamp. Then there's community. So once you're accepted into Praxis, you have access to this lifelong community of professionals who have come before you and who have gone through the program. Now, these can be anyone, from sales sharks to marketing mastermind to customer success gurus. All of these individuals have excelled within the program and kicked ass in their jobs and are now a great example and great resource for you to learn from and for you to develop and reach out and network with. The Praxis community operates in mainly two groups. You have the Slack channel and you have the workplace group. The workplace group acts similar to a Facebook group where people go to post their daily blog posts, to share updates, and to inform others about what's going on. Then there's the Slack channel, which operates much more like a Reddit group where people go for discussion, to ask questions specific to their roles. Two of my favorite channels within the Slack group are the Marketing Mastermind group and the Sales Mastermind, where I go and where many other professionals go to ask very specific questions within those two roles and be met with some awesome feedback and information from the professionals within those same roles. The Praxis community also offers the opportunity for daily inspiration, whether it's Jolie Wickham and his daily blog post, of which I believe he's on like 600 now, or it's Sofia Tahanova and her landing an awesome sales role at a new partner. And whenever these instances happen, this success and the congratulatory response is amazing. Everyone is reaching out saying congratulations. It is truly heartwarming. Then there's the almost daily workshops. Think of these as like your own personal TED Talk, where you get to go to learn from professionals how to manage your inbox, how to public speak, what HR managers are looking for in hiring people. All of these are examples of live seminars and of live workshops that I've personally been in that I've learned and grown so much from. Honestly, this group of people is one of the most intellectually stimulating groups that I've ever met in my life. That alone is priceless. So, who should apply for Praxis? Praxis is looking for people who take responsibility for their lives, who chase their dreams and don't wait on tomorrow. Praxis is looking for people who don't subscribe to a victim mentality and who are hungry but happy and always trying to improve. At Praxis, we don't care about your high school credentials. We don't care whether you graduated with a 4.0 or a GED. No, what we care about at Praxis is your work ethic, your mentality, your outlook, and your character. Praxis wants lifelong learners, people who don't take no for an answer. Because at Praxis, we're here to be the best versions of ourselves. We're here to excel, and we're here to break the mold. And I just want to clarify that I am by under no means obligated to say any of these things. I'm just a huge fan of the program, and I want to share this with the world. And if you're curious as to whether or not you should apply or if Praxis is right for you, I just have a few simple questions for you. Do you want to be the best version of yourself possible? Are you looking to excel? Do you want to break the mold? Then join Praxis.